Hello, we are group number 10 and we are Andrea Camilo, Andrea Muñoz and Tania Santiago. And we are going to talk about teaching young learners and teaching very young learners. The first question we have to make ourselves is how do children learn their first language? As you know, all children, when they come to school, they already know how to speak one language at least. And how do they learn this? Well, when a baby is born, their families and people around them start talking to them. And they hear voices, then they start playing with the sounds they can hear, and finally they practice. They practice with the sounds they can see and the things they can understand relating them to the sounds. The young children hear their families talking and they finally pick up the accent of the people who is around them. A caretaker talk happens when a baby is saying their first words. These words can't sound similar to our words, but they are not the same. When a baby is starting to speak, their parents repeat the words the same way the baby has done, and this is what is called a caretaker talk. This talk and this way of learning can really help a children's language development. So we as teachers can do the same in our class because our students and our very young students need to hear English a lot. This caretaker talk has different characteristics. The first one is that the caretaker, can be the parent or the teacher, speaks a lot more than the students or the baby. The second one is that the teacher or the parents create a supportive environment for the children's development. And the last is that making this supporting development gives the students or the baby confidence to try out language.
There are some tips to help us teach the young learners, like use the English as the main language in our class, or use action, gesture, or pictures to help them understand when we explain an activity. Also, we can let them talk in their mother language when they can express something, and recast in English what the students say to us. Also, we can use the Spanish for support when we do a new activity and answer the questions in English, because what we want is to teach English, but we have to understand that sometimes they couldn't understand us and we need to speak in our mother language. The best way to start a lesson is to plan something familiar to them, because we want them to feel more comfortable with us as a teacher. Also, we could make a plan chart to check who's present and use something different like games, songs, plays to create a routine that they enjoy.
Here are some tips that you can take into account when you are organizing the lesson. While you're preparing your lesson, make a list of classroom language for each activity. In other words, all the things that you may say in your classes in your mother tongue. Then prepare to say all of this in English. It is good to use songs or rhymes to change from one activity to another. For instance, you can use slow songs if you want them to do a more attention-demanding task. Then encourage children to use English for routine classroom requests by praising any effort they make, by saying, "Well done," for instance. Use walls or wall charts or posters to help children remember what they are doing in their English class. Well, here are some tips to be considered when you are teaching very young learners. Well, you can start introducing English slowly with enjoyable activities. For example, jumping games, tales, songs. Then support what you are saying in English with a lot of gestures, facial expressions, movements. Then help children to feel secure by repeating activities over and over. For example, songs, tales, etc. Repeat in English what the students say to you in their mother tongue. Then you can use a puppet to talk in English. You can say children that this puppet only speaks English, so they have to talk to him in English. Well, if they use their mother tongue, you can translate that into English. Then you can use drawings and photos to help children understand what you are saying. Then tell lots of stories using pictures for support.